2-4 on the beat.
You niggas be faking. I check in the bag, I go to Jamaica. I need a vacation. I stay with a baddie, I fuck with the flavors. I'm chasing this paper. I got a new crib, it came with some acres. Make nothing with bangers. These niggas are stupid, I swear I'm dangerous. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. I need a vacation. I grind on the daily. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. Need a vacation. I grind on the daily. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. I need a vacation. Got no time for waiting. Ain't doing no favors. I'm just chasing this paper.
You already know what it is. You're listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
It's your girl Imani.
How's everyone doing this week?
Living my best life per usual. How about y'all?
Not bad, not bad.
I say I'm doing pretty good. It was a chill weekend. I worked. I saw a couple homies, so it's your casual shit. I'm doing pretty good.
Same pretty much. I was at Bridgewater, Saturday, Friday I was just with Shorty. Sunday it was a recovery day essentially. Saturday was homecoming, you know what I mean? Went and saw the football team dominate Dartmouth. Other than that, went back to your spot, got pretty lit. Morgan and Riley, y'all are terrible at making plans. Never making plans with y'all again. Always fucking shit up. So, that's how my weekend went.
I got lit.
Oh, I saw her too. Yeah, she was in her bag.
I know. I saw her on Snaps.
You was on Snaps other than her own, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, so for people that didn't know, it was homecoming weekend this past weekend, and I forgot about it, so I didn't take the time off. I worked that entire weekend. But yeah, shit looks lit. Apparently, our crib threw a party, and I didn't even know about it until I got home and I saw the aftermath of that shit.
Your roommates didn't even know about it until the party was getting started.
Yeah. And that's lit because we didn't claim any responsibility for it, so everything that happened after that, we just kicked it in the back.
Did shit happen after that, by the way?
Yeah, but hey, we didn't.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to hear some shit pop off.
Once we said we weren't responsible for that shit,
it wasn't your business.
We were excluded from all that. None of that shit was our
down
business.
there.
Exactly. Bam. You can be, oh yeah. So Imani, we got you on tape. You feel me?
Listen, I caught a glue, y'all. That's all I know.
Nah, that's cool. How was homecoming for y'all though? Since y'all got to go, explain the experience for people that have never been to a BSU homecoming.
I was only there Saturday. Well, homecoming now ain't shit, but like when I was actually at school, like homecoming used to be that shit. Like you used to have the alumni come down. It used to be things that you could do all day. At night, you already knew you were getting lit. You knew where the parties were at. The alumni that like came back this week with me were the people throwing down when I was in school. So those were great parties. But this weekend or last weekend that happened, like I just went back to Dev's crib, smoked, drank from like 5 to like 10:30. Was supposed to hit Boston. Those plans fell through because women are very unreliable.
Nice.
All right.
And,
relax.
Yeah, and then I just stayed at your crib, went to the party. It was okay. You know what I mean? Like I'm 22 now, so I haven't been to a house party in a grip. I be going out, bars and clubs and shit. So I was just like, yeah. And I'm around all these college kids. I felt old, bro. I was like, damn, y'all look young.
Majority of them were like our age, though.
Yeah, but that's how you feel when you graduate.
The thing
that's
is, like,
really how you feel.
I've been at Bridgewater, so I feel like I could tell who's a freshman and shit. Like
that's true.
I could tell there were a lot of underclassmen. I was just like, all right, let me just fall back.
Yeah, I was saying that to people that I saw recently too, because I just can't see myself as an alumni coming back after I graduate, just because I feel like all of the people that I made connections with at school either left already or are leaving the same time I'm leaving. You feel me?
Bro.
So by the time I leave, what is there to come back to? You feel me? It's not like there was anything about the actual campus that was drawing me back. It was just the people that was there.
Legit, the only reason I come back is to see y'all.
Yeah, fact.
Legit, that's it. Like,
so by the time we leave,
I will never be in Bridgewater.
To come back
for what?
You feel me? Imagine me as an alumni graduating like 2-3 years ago, still pulling up to your local college parties. Fam, what you doing with your life, fam? You don't got a 9 to 5? You don't got to wake up trying to fucking prey on college pussy? You're past your prime, bro.
Oh,
grow up. That's it.
Well, I had a good time. Saturday we had, well, if you guys don't know about it, I'm part of DF Freak. Y'all gotta check us out. We won first place
What is that?
this Tuesday. DF Freak is one of the dance teams here. there at Bridgewater State. And recently we just won first place for the showcase that was this past Tuesday.
Hey, y'all lit.
Thank you.
Y'all lit. Good shit.
And then we found out on Saturday for homecoming, and so that was dope that he told us like right before we performed, because it got us even more riled up. So it was like, okay, bet, like we're about to show y'all again. And then after that, I got lit. I didn't get lit like I wanted to, but I got lit. I made my own type of fun, like Dev said. You know, there was certain, you know, videos of me, I guess.
She belongs to the streets.
I was not. I did not. But I had a great time. If there was more parties like that, whatever. But
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did you bring my hat?
Fuck.
It's
Nah,
okay.
Don gave it to me.
I know, he told me. It's
Yeah,
okay.
he gave it to me in the beginning of the day, and he said to give it to you. I forgot it. Here's the thing, because before we came out here, I fell asleep.
Yeah, you just
Bro, it's okay. It's a
forget
hat.
it.
I'm not worried
I
about
fell
it.
asleep.
I'll get it this
and
weekend.
By the time it was time to go, we were like 15, 20 minutes late. Imani just woke me up from my nap, and I was like, oh, shit, we got to bounce. So, yeah, I completely forgot it.
Yeah, I'll get it on Saturday. No worries.
You coming back again?
What's going on Saturday?
Right.
None. Don just told me to pull up.
Oh. Shit.
Right.
All right.
If I feel wanted, I feel wanted, bro. I'm gonna pop out where I'm wanted. I'm not wanted at
City
home,
boy,
so
city boy.
I have
Sorry.
a wife. But yeah, like I have no reason to stay at home. Like I don't do shit in Medford, really. Like I don't have friends.
Damn, fam. Yo,
Right.
shit sounded sad as fuck, bro.
You have friends. I don't have friends.
You want to know my
Nah, you got
daily
friends.
routine?
I don't have
Yeah.
friends.
I'm about to switch it up because I'm about to get a gym membership. But my daily routine: wake up at 6, leave my house by 6:30, 6:40.
Okay.
Get to work at 7. Work from 7 to 5. Get out of work. Get home by 5:40. Shower. Eat. It's like 6:30, 6:45. That's me for the rest of the night, just cooling at the crib.
Do you
Especially now that it's cold too. Like, what am I gonna do?
miss being in college?
Right.
Every day.
I miss being in high school.
I'm not. No. I don't miss being in college. I miss living in the house. Because if I had this job and lived in my house, everything would be perfectly fine.
You know what I wish? I wish I had the accessibility and freedom that you get in college,
and high school.
but the responsibilities you have
In
when
high
you're in
school.
high school.
Oh, that's a good one.
You feel me? Because in high school, you could do whatever the fuck you wanted when you were in high school. You didn't really
Whatever
have,
you want.
you like started to get responsibilities, but you weren't really that crazy with the responsibilities. You didn't have to like, if you had it like that, you didn't have to pay for your car insurance, rent, certain bills you didn't really have to pay for, but you were still going through that transitional phase of getting your freedom. So you were still hitting spots out late as fuck, and still doing the shit that you were kind of starting to do when you got into college.
Well, you're
but
speaking
you
for
weren't going
guys
crazy.
now, though.
You feel me? I mean, girls the same shit.
Not I.
Well, yeah, not you, because you know you were like a sheltered child.
Personally-
You feel me?
Right.
But if you were out there, you were out there. You feel me?
Personally, I'll take the responsibility along with like living or being in college. Like all I want is legitimately just to like live with people my age again. That's really all it is, because life would be so much better. Because the only things I'm restricted at like to do in my house just because like it's my mom's household. I think back to all the shit I was doing last year, like bringing people over at like 1 a.m., like bumping music as loud as I want. You know what I mean? Just rolling up in the bathroom while I'm taking a shit, like shit like that. For example, like
Which
I
I
can't
still
do that.
think is nasty.
Like I can't do that. I mean, if that's a facial, it's a facial. You know what I mean, that's me. But
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm just saying, like, being around people your age, that energy, it gives you more life. I get home, my mom's already in bed, her husband's in bed with her, Bella's watching cartoons. I feel like an old fucking man, bro.
Turn up with Bella.
Right. Kids got energy.
I feel like an old man. Like, you know how often, like, last year, if I came home and I was like, I'm about to drink, you know, one of y'all would be like, I'm drinking with you. Or we about to get lit together. You want to go to a bar? Like, I get home, I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for Shorty to come over. Other than that,
She your drinking partner now.
Right.
and she don't even drink like that. So it's just like, all right,
Can't even be getting drunk the way you want to.
feel me?
Damn.
Shit.
Like, girl,
Wegmans don't hit the same
it's just,
anymore, huh?
it's just, I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move out by the summer. I already know that. It's just like I know I need to be with people my own age to really enjoy life because living in this house is just sucking the life out of me. I feel boring. I know I'm not boring, but I just feel boring.
Yeah, that's what I tell my mom every time she like tries to convince me to move back home, even though I don't know what I'm gonna do once I graduate or like what type of headspace I'm gonna be in when I get to that point. But I'm not looking forward to it. If I had to move back home, she would be so slow just because, like, I'm not saying I would lose any of the freedom that I had now, but it's just the fact that, like, it's everything that would be doing, my mom would just be in the next room right over, and for some reason, I don't feel comfortable with that. It's literally my room, the bathroom, and then my mom's room. Okay. And I'm just like, fuck that, fam. And then she'd be on my ass all the time. And that's another thing. Like, when you move back to the crib, parents just start asking you mad favors, fam. Mad favors,
like,
fam.
what were you doing before?
Huh?
Like, what were you doing
Well,
before?
back in the day,
Not
I wasn't
you.
like...
I mean, what were they doing? What were they doing before you came?
I wasn't here?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I used to think. Like, now my mom tries to ask for, like, mad favors and shit. And I used to be like, I used to do all this shit back in the day. But then I think about it as an adult, you know, the economy just gets more and more expensive as time goes on, and everything is just mad expensive. So, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the point where my mom starts asking me to pay for rent, then I'm going to be like, I'm out. Because at that point, but at that point, if I'm going to pay rent, I'm going to choose. Yeah, I'm going to choose where I stay if I'm going to pay rent. You feel me? If I'm staying with my mom, it's strictly because I'm staying there for free. You feel me? And I don't care. I don't know if that's selfish, since being somebody my age, if I shouldn't like take on those responsibilities. But I feel like, I don't know. If I'm paying, I should be able to choose where I pay to live. You feel me?
I actually got a story about that because once I moved back in, like, legitimately everyone in my family was like, "Oh, you're paying rent, right? You're paying rent, right?" I'm like, "No, why the fuck would I pay rent?"
Facts. That's why I'm moving back.
Because you're living in your mom's house. You got to help out. I'm like, I'll help out if she needs some money, but I'm not paying freaking rent for what? I lived there my whole life for free. Okay. I moved out for 1 year, and you think I'm gonna pay rent because I moved out for 1 year?
Yeah, when you graduate,
to live in the same spot I was living in before I moved out.
Yeah. Okay.
The fuck. And then my mom started entertaining the idea because so many people were like talking to her, and I was like, "Mom,
that's the worst when they got people talking
I was like,
the
minute you tell me I'm paying rent, I'm moving out because because if I pay rent, that means this house is 1/3 mine.
Facts.
Which means I can do whatever I want.
Facts.
And once she said no, that's not what it means. I'm like, then I'm not paying rent. What's the point of paying rent?
That's it, yo.
Like, I got into a whole argument about that because I'm just like, yo, if I'm paying rent, I'm living on my own. Like, there's no need. Like, I'm barely here as is. Yeah. I'm not paying to not stay. You know, you feel me?
Exactly, because you already did it. You feel me? Like, imagine us. We already like lived time away from home, paying rent and shit. To go back home, having to pay rent and not doing the same shit you were doing before.
The reason I moved home was to not pay rent.
Exactly. I
would have just stayed in Bridgewater.
thought I was gonna move home because I missed you. What? Hell nah, fam. Wow. Shit, it's just a phone call away. I can pull up, knock on your door if I miss you. I don't gotta live with you if I miss you. Facts. I know my mom can't wait for me to move home because she just wants to start throwing bills my way. And when I fucking Heisman that shit, that's how she'll learn.
Yo, my mom told me I gotta pay the cable bill, and I was like, Mom, I don't even have cable.
Facts.
I was like, everyone has cable but me. She's like, and?
Yeah, that's funny.
But they can't do it down there.
Nah, they can do it. Well, they can do it anywhere if they wanted to. They can do it anywhere.
They could, bro.
They can put cable on the roof if you want.
Nah, because I stay in my basement, right? I stay in my basement, people, right?
Put cable anywhere.
You can put
one a cable,
bro. There's a basement. There's a cable cord in the basement.
Oh, so why don't you do it?
Because I don't care about cable. I don't watch TV. I got Netflix. I got my PS4. Like, what? I told her I'll buy a Fire Stick if you ever said some shit like that to me. Like, what?
Fire Stick's lit. I got it in my room back home.
Cable bill was like $180. She's like, yeah, you need to pay the cable bill. I'm like, I don't even watch TV.
Yeah. That's another thing. I don't get why people, once we graduate college, you just think we're making bread out of nowhere.
Yo, I don't tell her how much I make either. Like, I refuse to let her know how much I make.
As soon as we graduate, they just think we're making bread, fam. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even get a job yet. Normally it takes time until I'm making the type of bread I'm projected to be making, and you already think, oh my gosh. And when it comes to especially if you live in families that like got families overseas and shit, and they try to make you like send money over there and shit. And I'm like,
Never got into
fam.
that.
Never.
I'll say this. It's really different for like being the first like kid in your family or in your direct family to go to school, because they have like your parents have no idea what you went through and what you're currently going through after school, because you got to deal with. I'm getting emails and calls talking about like, yo, you got to start paying back loans soon.
And
then like I got an email today where it broke down like how I could do it. Like, do I want to pay $300 a month, $400, $289? I'm just like, this shit's stressing me out. I got to pay this on top of everything I'm already paying. That's another bill. It's just like, like they don't understand what's going on, and then they just add a lot. They add a lot of extra stress. And in myself personally, like I try not to get overwhelmed because I don't like to ever like show emotions, like be overly emotional. And it's like really hard, bro. Like it's really hard like dealing with all this shit, like being the first generation, because there's no one you can relate to. There's no one you can talk to about it.
Yeah, and I always feel like they don't teach you how to set yourself up after.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're in high school, you have all these people around to like assist you until you get to college. And then when you get to college, or like if you choose to go to college, you kind of feel like you're on a clock, you feel me? Because by the time you graduate, then normally after the first 6 months after you graduate, that's normally when they ask you to start paying back those loans. And if money is a situation, then that's an issue. Sometimes people choose to stay in school longer just to avoid paying that debt back, which increases their debt because that's more time that they're spending in school. You feel me? And at that point, people are like, oh, I'm going to go back to my master's. That's one way of extending the time you got to pay. Or if they go back again to go for their doctorate, that just keeps pushing everything back too. But by the time you're done with all that shit and it's time to pay out, that's why a lot of people, when they don't get that job after the first 6 months, that's why when they go full panic mode. Because when the bills start coming in, if you don't have a way to provide for yourself and to start paying those bills off, you're more well off. That's why sometimes I think college is a scam.
It is.
It is
because they say, yo, you need this, that, and this to succeed. And then when you get all that, you spend the next 10 years of your life in debt struggling to pay something off that you didn't even want to go through in the first place. You just thought you were supposed to go through that. I
was literally having that conversation with my mom the other day because we were talking about, she was like, so when are you supposed to graduate? And I'm like, I honestly, like, don't know. Like, I'm going to tell you like I told everybody else, because they literally ask me every time I come home. I'm like, give it like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. We'll see how it works. And then they're like, okay, so what are you going to do right after college? And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm taking a year off and like trying to get a job and like trying to like, you know, so I can start paying that shit off so I'm not stuck. But then, you know, she's like, why would you take a break? Like, no, you should just keep going, because then, you know, you're going to get older and they're not going to give you enough money. So it's just like, it's a struggle. And I'm trying to go for physical therapy. So that shit's like, if you want to make the big bucks, you got to do your master's, then you got to do your doctorate. And that's like a whole extra 3 to 4 years after college. But
So you said you were just talking to your mom about that, right? How was like her tone? Like, was she understanding?
Oh, hell no. She was confused. Like, why would, she was just like, it was mind-boggling to her. Like, she was like, why would you take a year off? And I'm like, people do it. She's like, no, like, you're already in school, just keep going. Because the moment you stop paying, like, she just gave, like, extra, like, Scenarios, right, as to what would happen if I wasn't to stay in school. Like, just keep going. I'm like, nah, like, you can't speak as if you're the person who's doing it with me. Like, right now, there's only two people in our family, and those are her brothers who graduated from college. Other than that, nobody else graduated, and they're males. So for them, it's like, it makes sense, you know, they did what they were supposed to do. But since she didn't do what she was supposed to do, it's like everyone has this, like, perception on me, like, you're the oldest, you gotta set it and mind you, I got like 6 younger siblings, so I gotta have everything correct. I'm already doing it the way they didn't want me to do it, because I'm not doing nursing. I didn't graduate this year, so that's already a whole thing. So they're like, why would you even, like, just do what you gotta, like, to listen to us, even though they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Listen to what I'm saying, and I'll get you through it. But it's like, bro, like, there's no fine print as to how to do it. Everyone's journey is different. Everybody has to go about it a different way. So I don't know. I get you on the stressful thing. It gets a lot.
I remember when I graduated, I told my mom, like, going to college was a waste of time. I told her that straight up. Especially 4 years. I was like, I should have went to community college first and then transferred out just to save money. And she did not understand where I was coming from. She's like, why would you do that? That's a bad look on you and everything. And right there, that just explains to me the disconnect. Because she was brought up in a time where college was really important. And, like, you needed that to be successful. And now us, we know better. So it's just like that the marketing that's done is astounding. Like, they did their job.
And my thing is, it's a bad look on who?
On them.
Because
they're the parents.
On the parents.
It's not a bad look on us.
It's more on them.
No, I agree with y'all when you say it's a bad look on the parents. That type of shit is what pisses me off, you feel me? Because I feel like we're on our own clock, you feel me? But they don't understand that. It's like what you said. They don't know what you went through those past 4 months or what you're currently going through. So I feel like if they experienced all that, they wouldn't be on our backs like that. You feel me? Because, hey, if I was to throw my mom in college right now, fam, shit that I've been through the past 4 years, fam, all due respect to my mom, I don't think she'd be able to last a week in that shit, fam. So, I don't know. I'm not hearing any of that shit.
But yeah, buyer beware. Go to college at your own risk.
Yeah, facts. I feel like I was just saying, trying to like convince mad people why they shouldn't go to college. Nah, it's not what we're saying at all. Make your own decisions. But
I'm gonna say this,
definitely be no.
The only reason I'm saying is because everything I've learned in college, I could have learned outside of college.
That's big facts.
Everything. The only thing that college is good for is the equipment. So if you're like math, science,
true.
Like if you're in that kind of field, like STEM, those fields, you definitely go to college because you're never those like the materials, the equipment, the telescopes, whatever the shit you're looking at, $100,000 million equipment. So yeah, go to school.
That's
for
how
that.
they get us.
But like if you're an English major, a history major, a business major,
especially
you don't
business.
need school. Business especially, you don't need school. You really don't. You can learn
every local library.
Yeah. That's big.
Or
facts.
pull up to YouTube.
Facts.
YouTube
facts.
is. I've learned 85% of the shit I know off YouTube. But yeah, college is also good for just growing as a person though, maturing. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely changed
Like,
when I got to college.
The freshman year, Darnell, to now, I would not be the person I am without going through freshman year. I guarantee you right now. Like I guarantee you that. I learned so much. I made a shit ton of mistakes, made a shit ton of right decisions. It's just like, negative and positive reinforcement in your head. The only way you're going to learn that is by experience. So college is great for that. And you meet a lot of people.
It's weird, my freshman year self compared to myself now. Because I feel like I'm happier with who I am now.
Dev ain't smoking or drinking freshman year.
I didn't either.
True.
This man was
I feel like
clean.
I'm happier with who I am now. But I feel like I was doing better back in the day. Like, if that makes sense.
Aspect.
Better, like, in terms of, like, what I wanted to do, like, my plans and shit like that. Like,
well, you got older, so more responsibility hit you, too.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
You weren't aware of what you were fully, like, getting into until you got into it.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like back then, I was more, like, set on this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to do it. Maybe that's set, and that was my path. And then eventually, over time, I was just like, chill.
Enjoy life.
I was like, chill, enjoy life. You feel me? Enjoy this time right now because you're not going to get this time anywhere else. You feel me? So just take it for what it is. And by that and a lot of peeling back layers, I was able to find this version of me. So I'm cool with it. You feel me? But what's been going on this week?
NBA's back. Let's go.
Everyone's so happy.
Yo.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't even get to see the games.
Bro, NBA season started on Tuesday. It was a beautiful sight. We started off with the Raptors versus the Pelicans. Then we saw LeBron versus Kawhi second. It was a great night. That was Tuesday night. Yesterday we saw Celtics versus, Philly rivalry. We saw Kemba Walker. He didn't really do his thing. Ben Simmons was pissing on us. But like tonight, there's a shit ton of games tonight too. And I'm just like, NBA is back. This season is great because we don't know who's going to win the title. Warriors aren't winning the title. Klay Thompson might not play this year. They lost Kevin Durant. They don't have DeMarcus Cousins. It's Steph Curry, Draymond, and D'Angelo, and the rest of the team, right? Now we got the Clippers. They added Paul George and Kawhi to a team that brought the Warriors to 6 games in the first round. You got the Lakers. They added AD. You got Philly. They added Al Horford and Josh Richardson. You got Boston. They added Kemba. You got Houston. They added Russell. You got Utah. They added Mike Conley and Bogdanovich. Mm-hmm. You got Portland and they added Whiteside. Bro, this shit is beautiful, bro. Like, you don't know who's winning that all this year. It's just so, the unexpectedness is just so great, and it's all competitive all around the league.
I feel like we've seen things like that before in the league, and then we were quick to realize that it actually wasn't all that. Like, I remember when there were a couple of years ago where mad teams acquired all these like vets and all-stars, and we thought league was about to be crazy, and then we just found out that, like, oh, none of those moves actually worked. Like when
you're talking about when the Cavs,
the Knicks made their super team and the Cavs had a super team, and
Knicks never had a super team.
Yeah, but they were like rumored. All the people that they assembled together, they thought the Knicks were like, they thought that was it for the Knicks. You feel me? And same thing with the Cavs when
they had D-Rose and Wade,
Isaiah and all these people, and they were quick to see that shit fail. So when I see shit like this season, yes, it's starting off to look really good, but I'm going to wait I'm going to say at least 10 games going into the season. I'm going to check every single one of these teams and see if they're still as hyped as what they were.
And I'm going to try to keep up with all these
So
games.
I'm going to say this. From 2014 to 2019, that was Golden State's era. They had a run of 6 years, right? From 2010 to 2014, that was LeBron. That was Miami Heat. Legit, those were the 3 teams won the title this decade, I'm pretty sure. 4 teams. Golden State, Toronto, San Antonio, and Miami. In 10 years, only 4 teams won the chip.
Cavs too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, 5. All right, whatever. But, LeBron won the chip, really.
Yeah, Cavs.
So it's just like, now this year, we don't have any idea who's like going to be in the championship. We don't know from either side. It could be the Clippers, it could be the Lakers, it could be Utah, it could be Houston in the West. In the East, it could be Boston. Well, it's most likely not going to be Boston, but it could be Philly, it could be Milwaukee, it could be the Nets. Boston could be in there if they, Nets. They got Kyrie. Their team is stacked, bro. They got Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, Spencer Dinwiddie, bro.
I just remember when
Kyrie dropped 50 yesterday.
All they needed.
Kyrie dropped 50 yesterday.
Yeah.
And they didn't lose because of him. Jared Allen should have hit those 2 free throws. But all I'm saying is there's a lot of parity.
We were guaranteed a spot because we had Kyrie.
Like I said, there's parity, though. Like, there's parity in the league. We don't know. Nothing's guaranteed. And that's the beautiful thing about this season, that we don't know what to expect any day, any game. And are you guys familiar with, like, what's going on with, like, the Lakers and Clippers and all that? Like, Kawhi versus LeBron and everything?
Is there actual beef?
Right.
I was going to ask y'all, do you think that's a rivalry?
I haven't watched the game, so I don't know how they faced off against each other, but I don't think there's a rivalry. What would be the rivalry? Just because one's on the Lakers and one's on the Clippers?
Well, you got to think about this. LeBron calls himself the king, right?
Okay.
Kawhi just won the championship.
Okay.
He goes to LA on the other Los Angeles team, makes a commercial with Paul George calling himself the king. In that commercial, he has a keychain with a crown on it, symbolizing he's the king. He goes into the Staples Center on Tuesday versus LeBron and absolutely dominates that nigga. LeBron doesn't cover him. It looks like LeBron's avoiding him. And then when LeBron is asked the question, is this a rivalry? Nah, it's just 2 teams playing.
Yeah. I don't think they got beef.
I mean,
Kawhi
and
don't
LeBron don't physically have beef, but I'm saying, like, you think Kobe's going to let that shit fly? You going to come into you think Kobe would let Kawhi come into the Clippers?
His territory.
And start saying he's the king?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like Kobe's going to throw the lace his sneakers back up.
But I'm saying, like, if Kobe was around, if he was on the Lakers when he did that.
Oh, yeah.
You think that's going to fly?
But I don't think he feels
think Jordan
that
would
way.
let that fly?
I don't think
LeBron
feels that way, though. Maybe if it was, like, Cavs territory and he was trying to do that, like, and
I
there
understand
was
that,
but
like,
but
where is your pride?
He probably doesn't have any.
I feel like we'll see the pride play out on the court.
He scored 18 points. He scored 2 points in the fourth quarter.
LeBron?
LeBron.
I mean, we're used to LeBron underperforming when he doesn't really need to perform.
Bro, that was the first game of the year, bro. He had nothing but energy. Him and AD, Danny Green was the team scorer. Danny Green had 28 points. He was the team high scorer. I'm just saying LeBron was creating a lot of excuses, acting like that game wasn't a big thing when everyone knew it was a big thing. So I'm just like, all right, we got that storyline to look forward in the NBA. Philly versus Boston yesterday. Philly waxed us by 14. Ben Simmons did his thing, drafted him on fantasy. Good shit, man. But we get to see the evolution of all these teams, and I just can't wait because the NBA season is from October to June, so I got 9 months of basketball.
So is KD actually out?
So KD is out the entire year. The Achilles injury is a 9 to 12 month injury. They're gonna stay on the safe side since he got injured in June. So 12 months would make him next June. So
why were they advertising it like he was gonna play this season?
No, they weren't. They said he wasn't playing. They already said
but in terms of I would see on media day pictures
marketing.
they were hyping up Kyrie and KD being together and shit like that.
If you're on the team, no matter if you're injured or not, you're gonna take pictures in your jersey. That's just what they do for team media day. Klay Thompson did the same thing, and he's not playing, supposedly not playing this year.
Is he still on? He's still on the Warriors.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
But he tore his ACL, which is just a 9-month injury, which would put him back around April.
So how are the Nets supposed to shit just because they have Kyrie?
Because the Nets, all right. So the Nets had D'Angelo Russell, right?
I don't really care about the Nets, but yeah,
they had D'Angelo Russell, right? Kyrie is way better than D'Angelo Russell. Now you're adding that to a team that also added DeAndre Jordan, really good defensive center, catches lobs, lock down the paint, right? Their team already had Joe Harris, the best 3-point shooter in the league last year. Karis LeVert, up and coming all-star, really good player. Spencer Dinwiddie could have been 6th man of the year last year. They already have Jared Allen. He blocks shots like crazy. And their bench is nice too, bro. So you're adding Kyrie to a team. It's like adding Kyrie to the Celtics, but not as their players aren't as hyped up.
I was just about to say.
It's the same situation, but Kyrie is more comfortable there because that's his home city. And the Nets, they overachieved last year. So you're adding Kyrie to a bunch of overachievers who are hyped on themselves. Now, in my opinion, Kyrie's gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think Kyrie's gonna fuck it up because they're gonna lose 4 straight games.
He's not a leader. We don't think Kyrie can be a leader.
He said he was a bad leader last year. Yeah. He also said that when it comes to leading the Brooklyn Nets this year, he learned from last year and said that he can't be the only person doing it. It's got to be a collective effort by everyone. So he learned from his mistakes. I respect that, but I still think Kyrie's going to be the reason why they don't do what they should do this year. I think they'll lose in the first round.
Oh, yeah. Then when KD comes back, we'll see what happens.
But yeah, I'm done with my NBA talk. I can go on for days about this shit. This is my baby. You know what I mean? The league is back, boy.
Facts.
Except Dwayne Wade ain't back. But other than that, everything is good. I need a new favorite player.
Patriots are still out here. AB's still not in the league. We lost Josh Gordon, unfortunately.
He's not about to be on our team anymore. We're about to release or trade him.
We got somebody from the Falcons.
Mohamed Sanu.
Facts. I forgot how to pronounce his name. And apparently that's supposed to be lit. I don't know shit about him.
He's a great receiver. He's the consummate professional. He can run every route that a wide receiver should run. He can play in the slot. He can play on the outside. He's a great blocker. He's not going to cause any issues. If you don't throw him the ball, he'll be fine. If you throw him the ball, he'll be fine. He has a great catch radius, which means if you throw the ball anywhere in his vicinity, anywhere he puts his arms out, he's most likely going to catch it. Second rated in the league with that. So
I love that.
That's a good pickup.
I love that we're the type of team we are, and we still manage to get all these nasty people. You would think us being the type of team we are that they wouldn't let us get a hold of all of these nasty players, but nah.
You still get
fuck that. We still acquire all these people. What else? What else is going on this week?
So, did y'all see how Cardi B is about to be featured in the new Fast and Furious movie?
I saw a
Fast and
snippet.
Furious 9, people.
They gotta stop.
9.
Yeah, they gotta stop making all these.
Bro,
movies.
You really want them to stop? I don't want them to stop.
Bro, this not even about. I want to see racing.
These movies
it's not about races anymore.
Racing
these movies are about saving the world.
They stopped racing in the 3rd movie, bro. After Tokyo Drift, it just came about stealing shit.
Bro, I still never got a Tokyo Drift what happened after.
That part made no
What
but
you mean?
it tied it
picked up
back
right after 7, right?
Yeah.
7 was when they.
Because then what is the guy's
The
name?
order
Shaw.
was 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 7, 8.
They showed it back. Because then that's how they brought Shaw into the movie.
I don't think I didn't watch that one then. Because I didn't watch the one when they brought in Shaw.
Yeah,
I watched Hobbs and Shaw, but I didn't watch when they brought him in.
Yeah, because like Fast 6, Hans was there.
All right, don't tell me. I'll watch it on tonight.
I've watched
all
their movies.
If you watch the third, you know what happens. If you watch the Tokyo Drift, you know what happens.
Oh, so is it like is it a prequel to Tokyo? Like explaining.
6 is a prequel to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And then
before the white guy gets there, the dude from Texas gets there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Tokyo Drift happens, and then they bring everybody back in the 7th movie.
Yeah.
Like the white dude comes back in the 7th movie.
Okay, but regardless, Cardi B is about to be in the new Fast and Furious movie with Vin Diesel.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I feel like her role's not going to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the same type of role that they gave to like Romeo Santos in the last movie, where they're just going to give him a couple of lines in some scene. It's probably going to be like Vin Diesel's in some Spanish-speaking country. He's going to go visit some place, and then Cardi B's just going to be there with some lines.
But I understand why they did it,
I feel
though.
like she's going to have a prominent role.
I understand why they did it, though.
I really feel like she's going to have a prominent role, because
so.
I feel like Cardi, if you put her in a movie, I feel like she could act. I could see her like...
She's definitely a character.
Yeah, I could see her acting. I wouldn't mind seeing Cardi on film, and just like... Once she starts acting, I could see her be like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Let's give her some more roles. Let's give her more lines.
Oh, if she does that, cool beans. But I just know for them, it's like also a good thing because they're just going to bring in more people to watch. I don't know who doesn't watch Fast and Furious movies like that, but definitely bringing her on is going to,
Did anyone even see like the little side movie that they put out?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw that.
It's just action. It's just nothing but action.
Yeah,
that's all this shit is now.
Just action.
Yeah, I expected a little bit more, but it was okay.
There's no story really to these shits anymore.
Nah.
Someone's trying to destroy the world.
Or someone took somebody else.
Let's go use these
Let's
fast
get in
cars.
these cars.
Yes.
These fast cars and chase them down while they have tanks. Oh,
facts. And then the whole movie was just fucking chasing each other in cars.
Like the racing ended. It's legitimately just chasing people now.
Yo, don't bullshit. That's what every Fast and Furious movie is now.
Nah,
they find out some shit's going down, and then for a good 3/4 of the movie, they're just chasing each other in cars, avoiding explosions and all this shit.
It's dope though.
And like doing all these flips. Yeah, I guess. At some point when they cause mad destruction, I'm just like, yo, are people not dying from this shit? Like, imagine if you were just like chilling, and then there's like in one part
when
in one
the
of these
cars
Fast
like fall off.
there's that one part in one of the Fast and
roof and
Furious
stuff.
movies where there was like a garage that like
and they all just
collapses and
drive
shit.
out.
So, like,
no,
now
they drive out.
Oh, and they drive
They
out
like
of a
back
garage.
out of the garage, and then you just see cars.
So every
tumbling
car
over
that was like
and
above
over.
them started like falling down into the streets, and I'm like, yo, people are dying, bro.
Well, if it's a garage, that means people park their cars there.
No, I'm talking about like
no, but people who are just walking on the
just
sidewalk,
chilling, walking on the sidewalk.
they
all
eating
these cars
breakfast and
falling
stuff.
down from a garage, bro.
I mean, I hear it.
and then you got the people that's driving on the street too.
This nigga would
That was a
shit
good
his
sign.
pants if that happens in public.
Nah, like, so you know how BET be showing Baby Boy like once every day?
Yeah.
USA. Like USA shows like the Fast and Furious at least like 4 or 5 times a week.
Facts.
And I get so hyped when I see that shit because that's when I really get to see my man Paul Walker and my nigga Tyrese racing. You feel me? Going crazy.
That's like the best movie, low key.
And that's when I'm like, yo,
Too
this is
fast
what these
and
movies
furious.
need to really be about. Like, go back to the racing aspect of it because that's really the most. That's entertaining.
It is entertaining, but people like the action part of it, so that's what they're
Why
gonna
can't
keep
you
doing.
incorporate both?
And at the end of the day, I
They
think
probably don't
just
know
have,
how
like,
to.
all these access to cars, so it's like, what are we racing for? I think that's where they're at. They got like all this shit, so it's like before they used to race for shit. Now it's like, yeah, we're the kings. What we got to race for? You feel me? Y'all know what it is.
We know the president. I mean, I hear it. I feel like Cardi B is gonna show her ass a lot in this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Tyrese's gonna make a comment, of course.
Yeah.
Let's
he
hope
gonna talk
Luda's
about
in there
something.
too.
Dwayne
Tyrese
Johnson.
and Luda are great comp. Him and Vin Diesel got some beef, so I don't know.
Did you like?
He got beef with everybody though.
Vin Diesel?
He got beef with what's his name? The Rock too.
Yeah,
Talking
that's
about
Dwayne.
Tyrese.
You know
Tyrese?
Dwayne Johnson is The Rock, right? That is his name.
You said Dwayne Johnson or you said Tyrese?
He said Dwayne Johnson, and I said Vin Diesel doesn't like they have beef.
Oh,
Vin Diesel and who?
The Rock.
The Rock.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
they got
think
beef.
Tyrese and The Rock have beef.
Yeah.
No, he has beef with everyone.
Sick.
Oh.
I think it stems from him just coming in the middle of the series and just
Taking
becoming a
over.
star.
Yeah, it's the fucking
he
Rock,
kinda
bro.
did.
I really do believe that.
That man's a fucking, when he walks anywhere, he like
He's
just takes that shit
Diesel.
over. Even though I don't
Seriously.
understand, because I don't think The Rock
you
is
like,
like
huh?
that crazy of an
It's
actor.
a lot, but his is alright.
His is what?
He's diesel, but it's okay. It's not too much.
His isn't too much.
No.
So what is too much?
When like the veins start popping out, like
Have you not seen him?
Yeah, but his is like I don't know. Like I've seen dudes that's just like ripped. Like
Bro,
it doesn't look like.
Muscles?
But it looks fine to me. Like I've seen people that just look crazy. He doesn't look crazy to me.
Okay. He wears a lot of makeup on screen, right? I'm just saying, like he uses what you use too.
What I've seen, I don't have a problem with it. If I was to see him in person, I'd probably be shook out my mind. But until then, it's not bad.
Like the size of your head.
Hey, I got a small head, so I don't.
All right then.
Rock got a big head.
Okay.
Bald head.
Anyway, so can I ask y'all a personal question?
Yes.
How would you feel if one of your boys or one of your girls, pursued your ex significant other? How would you feel about that? Would they need to like address you first before doing that, or is it like fair game, or is it just like completely off limits? Because I can tell you from right now, like, fam, I want you to ask me before doing some shit like that, because there have been some girls I fucked with where I didn't give a fuck about them after the fact. Like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. Oh, she passed out. Oh, okay. She in the hospital. Oh, okay. All right, word. But there's some girls where it's like, yo, don't fucking even look her way, bro. We fucked up because I fucked up.
Crazy.
What? What?
Bro, what?
This feels like y'all heard about some shorties and they're like, oh, you in the hospital? You passed out? Oh, whatever. I'd be like, yo, is she okay?
I mean, bro, but do you really care?
Huh?
Do you actually care though? Like
I do. That's just me. That's all right. I'm sorry.
Like if I don't care about you, I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna pretend like I care about you. Like all right, I'm sorry. Like all right, whatever. Fuck off.
Facts.
But yeah, like so. Yeah, you better ask me before trying to pursue my ex, because I might still care about this person, but no, like it might have ended because I fucked up. And if I fucked up, don't do that to me. Don't go trying to get my girl, especially as my nigga. That'll break my heart, and I'd kill you both.
I wouldn't do it. It's just, I don't know, it's bro code to me. I feel like there's mad people out there, so I shouldn't have to go after that one. And if he's really my boy, and chances are I probably had a relationship with that woman as well, like just as like friendship, you feel me? So on my side, that'd probably look real snake-like. So I think I would just avoid all that drama as a whole and just say, nah, fuck that.
So is that the only time where it's like okay, where it's not okay? Like if you guys had like a serious relationship with a person and then it didn't work out for whatever reason, then you'll feel some type of like, what if it didn't work out with you, but it like broke off on good terms? Like what if, say like we went out and it didn't work out, but then me and Darnell go out and it's a better connection with us.
Bro, how would you even have gotten to that connection though? Like the fact that I even made a connection with you after he did that is fucked up on my part, because I should know to stay away from you because of how he felt. The simple fact that he fucked with you is just the simple fact that he fucked with you. I know how much he fucked with you, how much he cared about you. I should not even be looking your way the minute y'all break up.
But what if it did? What if it didn't even go deep though? That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't even.
Regardless, it's not about how you feel. It's about how he feels, because he's directly connected to me.
Why is he comforting you?
You feel me? Why would I comfort you?
He should comfort me.
What if he's comforting? So if it's bad, if he's comforting us,
you have girlfriends for that though. Why would my boy reach out to you to comfort you?
Facts.
He got an
The only niggas I know that do that are the snake niggas, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, he did that to you. I didn't know he was like that, or I knew he was doing that the whole time." Like those are the niggas you gotta watch out for. If they do end up comforting your girl after the fact,
but I feel they were waiting on you to fuck up the whole time. I feel like sometimes you guys don't care, because then I know dudes where like
some niggas don't know. There's a difference.
No. I feel like some dudes don't care. Like I've had dudes of my past situations, friend group, try.
So you pull up. Sorry, go ahead.
Try with me, and I don't, again, I'm a loyal person, so I'd even pay it no mind. But I did tell the person, like, yo, like, this is your man's. You know, y'all are cool. Y'all are bros. What are you going to do about it? Oh, it's nothing. Huh?
Wait. Repeat that one more time. I'm mad confused.
Now this is something else. She said she had, like, friends hitting her up, And because she's loyal, she would tell the person what they were gonna do, but then the person was like, "Oh, that's blah blah." Were you with the person or were you single? Like, was this while you were in a relationship, or was this when you were single?
So you're basically flirting back?
No, I wasn't.
No, she's saying that she was dubbing. She was like catching vibes.
Oh, you were getting that.
She would dub the vibes.
Oh, okay.
But then she would go back to like whoever the person she was talking to. She would like let them know, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay. It's not that deep." But like, was this while you were in the situation, or was this while you were single? Because if they're doing that while you're single,
both.
That means
I'm single, but I'm still like dealing with you.
If you're single and you tell me that
he's single, then
I think me as a person, I think I would just be like, all right, whatever, go do what you want. But then in my head, I would probably think that's like snake shit on like their behalf. But because you're single now, I technically would have to say, all right, just go do what you want.
To be honest, it all depends on what you say to your boys. Because I know niggas that have talked to their boys bragging about a girl, talking about like, yo, I dogged her. I don't give a fuck about this bitch. Yo, y'all could hate if y'all wanted to.
And they be the ones that cares the most.
Deep down, bro, like you do that, they be hurting.
Fact.
And it's just like, why did you say all this shit if that's not how you felt?
That's tea.
So like those are the
okay.
That's tea.
Nah, for real.
That's real facts.
Nah, for real. Like I know I've seen that happen in school. Like it's just like, why would you put yourself in that position? No one did that to you but you. I can't even feel bad for a person who does that. So if you're not communicating to your boys like straight up, and most niggas, if they're feeling a person or a girl, they let their boys know, I'm feeling her. What should I do? I know that's what I do. I know that's what most of my niggas do. So, Dev, do you do stuff like that?
Of course.
You feel me?
And I think that's why it's like bro code for us not to do that. Because think about it like this, right? If you were ever mentioned in a conversation between the boys, that means you matter. That means you matter. That means you're special, by name, you're important. If you like if you ever come up just in mere conversation, that means there's something special about you, and there's something that we want to address amongst the whole people. See, now people,
or your name was brought up, and one person was like, "Wait, how do you know her?"
Oh, that's a different conversation. Shit can get messy.
That's the only. No, that's the other reason. On the only other way, your name would get brought up. Like,
facts.
Wait, well, how do you know her? Wait,
so
what?
when we all know about you, I think that's how we know there's like something special, and then from there we take the steps back. So I think if people decide to do dirty shit and actually make moves when they know what they know, then I think there's just some snake shit.
Hold up. The first step is to figure out if she has cute friends. If she doesn't, then we step back. If she does, then we invite everyone over and we all eat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You feel me?
I thought you were talking about something.
Oh, no. I'm like, nah. Because if I'm wrong with a girl, most of my niggas is like, she got any friends?
Yeah.
You feel me? They cute. And I'm like, ah.
But what if it's like I'm trying to think of this situation. But what if it's like a female friend in the group?
What do you wait? What?
Like, do you be talking to the friends?
What do you mean?
Wait. I'm not confused. So nah. Let her explain the situation.
I feel like she's trying to like defend.
No. I'm saying like, what if like say it's not your ex girlfriend or ex BM. Okay. Say if she's like the female friend of the group.
What about? Okay.
So she's like R. Morgan and Riley. Okay.
Right. Okay. So. Would you guys ever get mad if like one of the boys was like, "Oh, I'm trying to like
get at one of our friends"?
No.
Yeah, because then like doesn't it like not mess up, but it could potentially like kind of mess up
what they have. How is that going to affect me?
Facts.
Okay.
If we're just friends, we've never done any. First of all, if you're just a friend to me, I feel nothing toward like you're just a friend.
No, like
to
mess
me.
up the dynamic.
Of what? There's no dynamic. It's not. It has nothing to do with me.
Mess up their dynamic.
The only time it would affect me is if we're all in the same place together, and even then, I'm not an awkward nigga. They're gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna be awkward with them.
Copy.
You feel me?
I feel like anything that would affect a friend group as a whole is just something that needs to be dealt with right then and there. Like, and if it's something like that where people choose to mess around in the friend group, then that'll just affect and impact those individuals. It doesn't affect the other people. You feel me?
No, I still haven't.
If you got nothing to do with it, then you're chilling. You feel? If you got nothing to do with it, then you're chilling.
Unless they involve you in some type of way.
That's your choice.
No
That's
way.
your choice. If you
get involved by involving yourself.
Exactly.
Like,
so if you choose to get involved, then that's on you.
Shoot, that's when you're like, all right, let me hear what happened. Nah, I'm not. I wasn't involved. Don't bring me into this. I don't want to know shit. Like, leave me alone. To handle your business. But you still haven't given me the female perspective, like on a woman's side. Like, if you were to break up with your mans, how would you feel if you?
Let me tell you something.
Let me
tell you something.
She was trying to play devil's advocate.
Let me tell you something. I myself, have been put in this predicament. Granted, she wasn't like a best friend or like, but she was a, how can I say this?
Associate, close associate.
Yeah, like friend of a friend, associate, trying to become friend, whatever the case may be. My thing is, I'm very upfront with people. If you want to do something with somebody of my past, do what you gotta do, but don't have me looking crazy out here in these streets. And my issue with her to this day is that she would, you know what I'm saying, try to talk with the person and then not take any accountability of it. Just kind of put it all to the streets. Yes, you do. So she would never take full accountability for what she did, and it's just like.
Was she talking to this person while you were talking to them?
Yes.
Okay, so what about after the fact?
After the fact, also.
No.
Wait, hold on.
How would?
So they knew you were talking to this person, and they started talking to this person?
Yes.
So why isn't it just that person's fault?
It's both of their faults.
Oh, okay.
I held both of them accountable.
Did she know that she knew she?
Oh, she was fully aware because she was trying to get details.
Yeah, that's a snake as a friend.
And then trying to act stupid. I don't deal with stupid people.
I've never ran into that.
I'm 22
I've never. That's a snake in my eyes.
I get it. I get it. Because she said she's a friend of her friend, so she ain't really your friend. She's
yeah, but you don't gotta be buddy with me either. Don't be a.
If I tell you I'm making moves, out of nowhere you're trying to make the same moves as if it's like a race, then nah, fam. That's that's snakish to me.
My thing is all fair in love and war. If like y'all ain't
well, you used to that.
Sick. I didn't say that. Dev said that shit. I get
My thing is, it's like
I get it.
I would never
just be honest. I have no. I get it. That's the whole point. I don't have a problem with it. Just tell me. Don't have me looking crazy out here. Cause then if you start giving me like this dumb victim type of, I'm gonna start treating you like a dumb person. Even though we're 22 years old, I'm gonna start treating you like you're a dumb person. I'm gonna make sure your existence as a whole is non-existent. And then once that happens, then it's a whole issue. Then we gotta play like, oh my god, I don't understand what. No, I'm sorry.
So basically, what you're saying is, if you want to fuck with someone from my past, just let me know.
Just tell me, especially if it's someone that I'm still fucking with.
Is there anyone off like? So would you ever like say no to people? Like, it's just let me know. You can do what you want, but there's never an off limits.
Do I have an off limits?
It's an off limits. The reason why I said do what you gotta do is because the situation was very just back and forth. That's the only reason why I said do what you gotta do. But I don't really have people that's off. I feel like if it was my close friends, which would never happen because they're either family members of that person or they're close friends of that person, so it would never even happen. But yeah.
All right, so this is like a perfect segue to the next segment. Like, when do you guys know it's time to drop a friend?
And they keep doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when they keep bringing me in situations I don't feel comfortable in.
That too.
Like,
true.
Putting me in uncomfortable positions nonstop. Like, it's just. I can't be around. I can deal with stupidity because I got stupid friends. You know, feel me? We got stupid friends. We got impulsive friends.
True.
We got dangerous friends.
True.
We got friends of all kinds. But just don't make me uncomfortable. That's all it is. Like, don't put me in situations where I'm like, oh shit, like what the fuck do I got to do now? Like, what's about to pop off and shit like that. So yeah, it's just niggas putting me in bad situations. That's the one. That's when it's like, all right, you're bad for my health. You're bad. It's a bad friendship.
I just hate when people do dumb shit.
I feel like all friends do dumb shit though.
They do dumb shit, but it's like after you told them like this is something I don't want you to be doing. I feel like as a friend you should respect what I'm saying, at least. You have something to say?
Oh no, for me, it's just me. I'm pretty cut and dry. I'm cool with everything until the vibe switches. You feel me? So I wouldn't drop anybody in the world until they give me a reason to. You feel me?
That's a big fact.
So like, I'm the type of person where I love everybody. You feel me? Once you're under my wing, you feel me? I got you for life. But once you give me a reason to just leave you out,
you're cut.
It'd be that set. And it's like really simple for me. I feel like if it was like my best friends or like family members, maybe I'd have a hard time dropping people. But it's not that hard to drop anybody. You feel me?
I disagree with that.
Well, I don't know. When it comes to my family, I only
not
talk
family,
to
but like your,
so much.
Your best friend.
My best friend.
Because I feel like if you're my best friend or if you are my family member, you shouldn't even be doing anything for me to feel like I have to put you in that predicament.
Exactly, which is why I think it would be harder.
If they did put you in that position, it would be like, wow, you out of all people. Like,
yeah, because I know
can't believe you would do this.
Exactly, because I know that they never would. You feel me? But they're like maybe out of nowhere, if I was to be put in that situation, it would be very hard for me to drop them.
So what about like if it's not something they're doing to you, but something they're doing to themselves? Would you ever cut someone off like that? Like, let's say like they keep getting locked up, they keep using like a dangerous drug. Like, would you ever cut someone off like that?
If me being in your life is not helping the situation at all, like if there's no success in trying to switch up what's going on, then at this point, my effort's just being wasted for no reason. I'm just gonna let you do what you gotta do,
and fall back, or
and fall back.
Okay.
If there's a negative impact, then yeah. If it's a negative impact that would affect me, like if it starts to affect my life, then yeah, I'd probably cut back.
No, but it doesn't affect your life.
It's just like straight up. If it doesn't, if something's negatively affecting their life, I think I would try my best to help. If nothing is coming from that help, I think I wouldn't really fall back, but
not too far.
Yeah, I would like just keep a distance, but I wouldn't completely fall back because that's still a homie. If they like ever need something, then yeah, I'm there. But I think I wouldn't be like
as involved,
so willing or like so ready to jump at the opportunity to help because I offered it before and they didn't want it or they just didn't know how to take it. So that's my thing. It's like I said, it's very hard for me to cut people off until they do something which leaves me no choice but to cut people off. But nah, like I know people that just put themselves in bad situations all the time and like they're working on it. And because of that, I can't I would feel bad just cutting them off. It's like they're trying, you feel me?
For me, it just depends on what it is. Like I could deal with my boy being in and out of jail. Like I can deal with that because that's like a mental thing. Like being like just getting a job, being one with society, like getting out that life. Like that's just a mental thing. It takes time to get out of that, right? But like for me, let's say like heroin addiction. I don't think I could stay friends with a person who legitimately like we tried and they got a heroin addiction because like shit like that, it trickles down to where like people can start stealing from you, people can start lying to you.
Yep.
They can tell you they need help and
that should just take
it's
over.
Just like that's a toxic ass situation and I don't want that to affect me. So like if it gets to like drugs, like serious drugs, I'm gonna have to fall back completely.
Yeah, because I think that's when it starts affecting your life negatively.
Exactly.
So I think that's when you have no choice but to take that step back. You feel me? And it's like you never want to, but
it's just you got to do what's best for you.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I
feel
you.
End of the day.
Hey, life. You go through life with one person, really, yourself. You die with one person, yourself. You got to put yourself first at all times. I tell people that all the time.
Facts.
But
let's get into new music.
Exactly.
All right, bet. So drop this week. Okay, so we got a couple of singles. Yo Gotti dropped a track with Megan Thee Stallion and Lil Uzi Vert called Pose. That shit was actually kind of fire. I never heard of the track until Megan Thee Stallion hopped on it, but she's been having a crazy year.
Okay, doing what you gotta do.
Fact, and she's gonna go into 2020 the same type of energy, killing shit. Also, Yo Gotti. It's kind of his vibe. That's kind of his sound with these stripper anthems. Not really stripper anthems. Is that
twerk
the right word to use? Yeah, these twerk anthems.
Okay.
You feel me? That's kind of Yo Gotti's pocket. So he always does well and he excels very well. So go peep that shit. What else dropped? Melly dropped an album, Emotions. She's still considered an up and coming R&B artist. She's worked with mad dudes. Pretty smooth tape. She got that smooth little. I think she's from the Bronx. That might be a lie. That might be completely wrong. But she's definitely from New York. She got this nice little smooth R&B sexy feel to her. So go check her shit out too. Mm-hmm. Frank Ocean came back out of the blue. Every so now and then he peeps out of his closet.
Right.
I peeps out of his closet. When you say that, bro, you gotta like.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
My fault.
When you say that, bro,
I don't think he was aware.
Peeps out of his closet.
I don't think he was.
He came out of his cave.
There we go.
He came out of his cave.
You really said that nonchalantly, like you didn't. You wasn't aware.
I meant it as like.
No, we know what you
meant.
Okay.
Like he came
coming
out of
the
his room.
closet. We all know what it is.
Right. I meant like he came out of his room, or he joined society and was like, "Hey, I'm still here."
Sick.
My fault.
Sick.
So he came back to the world and he dropped a single called DHL.
Oh God.
Pretty smooth.
DSO.
DHL. What? Stop. See, come on.
Oh God.
I don't know if he's dropping an album. I feel like Frank just be dropping mad random tracks when he feels like it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
This random thought just came to my
Sure.
head. Have you ever seen a black person with no lips?
What?
Yes,
Huh?
I have
You know,
actually.
you know how you see white people with no
I
lips?
have.
Yeah.
Like with no top lip?
I feel
I
like
have
we're
actually.
stereotyped to have big lips, so that's why I've never seen that.
I have.
Bro, we just have lips.
Surprisingly.
Like we have full lips.
Yeah, it's not about like big lips. We have
I'm
lips,
talking about legit
literally.
lips, like not no skin, like just hanging down. Like,
We have.
have you seen a black person? I've never seen that.
I've seen one.
Because we have.
Was he mixed?
No, it was a she.
Was he mixed? Don't do that.
And why you assume it was a he?
Why are you thinking about lips?
Bro,
It was just random.
it's
You
been a
see his
long
head?
day, all right? It's
Just
been a
bring up
long
Frank
day.
Ocean. You start thinking about lips.
Lips.
No, I said
Ooh.
DSL. And I started
Frank
thinking
Ocean
about lips.
DSL. Interesting.
Whatever.
It's okay.
I started thinking about my shorty's lips and how she has lips and she's a white girl. And I was like, oh, that's weird. She's not supposed to.
You think that's what got you?
He
She
said,
got lips.
"Whoop."
No, that's not what got me. I
reeled you
can
in?
tell you exactly what got me. I can tell you exactly what
So
got
you
me.
don't look like the rest.
Her mentality wasn't like the rest. You wanna know what got me? I treated
hate
her.
Devin.
It started off like every
hate
other
Devin.
relationship, like every other female in my life at the time. You're
Devin.
just another girl, right?
That's such a sucky mentality.
Bro,
Go ahead.
I'm hip. You're just another
Go
girl.
ahead.
Nah, it's
We'll get
lit,
into
though.
it.
It's lit though, because look what happened. We here.
We'll get
almost a
into
year
it.
now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like that.
Nah, but like, yeah, it started off with that mentality, but most girls, they end up like coming to like you and like getting all over you and shit, and then you gotta like push them away. Then it's time to rotate. You feel me? Her,
We're gonna get into it. 'Cause
Her.
That's terrible.
her.
Yeah.
She paid me no mind, no attention, acting like I was just another nigga, hella average, and I was like, who the fuck do you think I am? Like, I am royalty. Like, you need to treat me. So it made me step on my game to her to make her feel like I'm someone important.
So she was the nigga in the situation.
Right.
I'm guessing so, yeah, bro. And it's crazy because like
Rich was the bitch.
she would never hit me up. She would never hit me up like, yo, can I come over? Can I come over to see you? What are you doing tonight? I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Yo, you busy tonight? Yo, can I see you tonight? Oh, nah? Sheesh. I can't see you? Damn. Bro, when she started telling me no, that's when I was like, fuck, I like her.
So
I care.
What got you?
When she
Was
pulled a
her.
you. She pulled a you. Literally.
So what got Darnell was because she treated Rich how
way
Rich was
Rich treated
treating
other
these other
people.
shorty.
You got.
So
literally.
you see how my tactics work, right? You see how my tactics
Literally.
work, though, right?
A year later.
But I don't. Why is that a thing?
Nah, cause
Why is that a thing? No.
Nah,
why
cause she
is
wasn't.
it that?
Nah, cause for one, I'm gonna
Rich
be
got
honest.
handled like a shorty.
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I laid,
Seriously.
I'm a real nah.
Yeah.
I really think like I have the juice like that. So I feel like if you start fucking with me for a certain amount of time, you're just naturally gonna start vibing and fucking with me and my personality because that's just who I am as a person. I just rub off on people. It happens almost every single time. That's why I'm used to it.
Shorty just check his
And
shit.
then you just got the shorty. You chilling with a shorty for 2 months. She ain't showing you nothing's changed from day one. It is what it is. And you're like, what the fuck?
So you got.
What am I doing wrong? Like, yo, this is not how it's supposed to go.
She taught you about yourself.
You got a shorty that wasn't obsessed with you and was like, oh, this one different.
Yeah.
But guys like that though. Why you acting like dudes don't like that? Why do you guys have to play a certain type of game?
I'm not playing a game.
So you're talking about if she gets too like if she ends up liking you, it's too much. So you gotta push her away.
No, because
Nah,
I can
because-
because they're not. There are girls where I'd be like, I'm with that because I fuck with you.
Because
Heavy.
niggas love to chase, and niggas never had to chase until shorty came in and gave him a reason to start chasing again.
Heard
So
you.
best believe if there was no chase with this shorty, it would have been a dub.
Heard you. Y'all are sick though.
And with that, and with knowing
Yeah,
that,
we can get back to. I don't know
Nah,
how we went
fam.
from lips to that.
City
but-
boy.
Those are you, bro.
City boys, I've retired myself.
that's hilarious.
Good job, Kate.
That's
I'm
funny,
proud of you.
y'all gotta
You
remember
dropped
that
her
story.
government. Damn, I don't have people creeping on her shit. Nah.
This man says.
She a white girl named Kate. My best friend Kate.
You don't let me treat.
She dropped her name 3 times.
You don't let me treat you
my
like
God.
shit,
Oh, shut
and you
up.
got lips.
Sorry.
You different.
And you independent? You ain't on my back? What? Where they make y'all at?
I can't.
And you're telling me I'm not the only one? Oh.
Oh no! I didn't say all that. Nah. I don't play that.
You don't play that?
I don't play that.
But she. Oh.
I mean, she could have been lying to me.
Let me show that.
She
She could have lied to
she
you.
could have been
You've
lying to
been
me.
cool with it.
I don't know to this day.
I hate the both
I
of
don't
them
ask
right
questions
now.
I don't want the answer to. Bro.
Feel me?
I don't ask questions I don't want the answer to, bro. That's a different conversation for a different day. Like,
I hate the both of them right
Because
now.
I was having that. Whoa, I'm sorry. My fault.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
you
was-
didn't hit me hard. I'm just whatever. Men suck.
I was just gonna say this is the same conversation I had with Imani
In
on
the
the
car,
way here.
yes.
Because I was like, "Yo, what was that conversation again?" 'Cause
We
I'm
were saying
blanking on
how
it.
because you were talking about how we both understand both like
Sexes.
yes, both sexes. Like we're both imperfect. We're both dumb. We both do stupid shit that piss each other off. It is what it is. Like it's just but men suck at the end of the day. I'm only saying that because
My thing with her is that we're always aware of shit, and we cool with it because we accept shit for what it is.
Yeah.
They know what it is too. They always know what
But
it
they
is.
try
But
to-
when it comes to the point and the shit actually happens, and it comes time for them to acknowledge and take accountability for the shit that's going on, then they like out of nowhere they become like surprised or shocked as if they
This is
didn't know
what's
all this
going
shit was
on?
going down. Like they knew what it was, but they never want to actually be aware of it.
are you
feel
saying
me?
this
when
is
I-
only
And
a
you're
female
making
thing?
this face as if we didn't have this
No,
entire
it
conversation
really is
in
a
the
female
car.
thing. I've never
feel me?
I've never had a girl.
You didn't say it like that though. That's why.
I said it exactly like that.
You
And
didn't say it
remember,
like that.
you made that same exact face, and you're like, "I'm telling you the truth. You just didn't like how I worded it." That's exactly what I said in the car. I'm telling you the truth. You just don't like how I'm wording it because you don't want to take accountability for y'all shit. And it's
Don't
simple
say
as
y'all.
that. We both
Don't
know
say
what's
y'all.
going on. We both accept what's going on. The only difference is we take well, some dudes don't take accountability.
Oh, I'm glad
But
you
we
said
peep
it.
shit for what it is, and then we keep it pushing. Y'all peep shit for what it is, and they're like, y'all don't want to keep it pushing. You're like, why is this shit happening?
Why is this the
But
way it is?
sometimes
Let me
the-
Except for
change
just
it.
knowing
But
that this is how it is. You feel
But
me?
sometimes, even when we're aware of the shits, the dudes don't like that we're aware of it, so they try to do something different.
We don't like y'all being aware of it because we
You
let
try to
y'all
change it.
No, we let
No.
y'all be aware of what y'all need to be aware of. If you don't
I
need
like
to be
that
aware of
statement.
it, there's probably a reason you don't need to be aware of it. And if you get hurt because you decided this was something you need to be aware of, I tried to avoid making you hurt, but because you wanted to just dive into your little detective book, you ended up getting hurt. I tried to avoid it. You went looking for answers that you didn't need answers to.
So are you
And
talking
I feel like that's a deeper conversation.
Yeah, 'cause I was about to ask
Yo,
a
we're
question.
gonna we're gonna table this talk. We're gonna extend this conversation next week because
Facts.
this is gonna be.
Because I was about to ask another question.
This is
I'm
gonna
about
be a
to write
long
it down
talk, and we
before
don't
I
got that
forget
much
it.
time.
Facts. Let's
But,
get to
yeah,
our
let's get-
reality checks.
Yeah.
Let's get
Oh
to
no. We got like 3 more songs.
All
We
right,
can do that.
bet.
I'll write this down.
Fivo
'cause-
foreign.
Oh yeah, Fivio Foreign. What's it called? Did you beat that track I sent you last week? Big Drip.
I did.
That shit's fire. You fuck with it?
I did. I didn't realize that was his name.
Yeah, Fivio Foreign.
Fivio? Oh shit.
Yeah, Fivio Foreign. He's this cat from New York that I got hip to when I went to Rolling Loud, and apparently it was his big track in New York already. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's not big everywhere else. A couple people out here know it, but not that many people know about that track. It's called Big Drip. I feel like New York is kind of coming back up in terms of their state in hip hop, and mad people are starting to pop off and make noise again. So that makes me happy because since we're the state right next to it, I feel like we can catch that wave too. But yeah, definitely a dope song. Make sure y'all check that out.
And Timar?
Oh yeah, Timar. Timar is an artist from Massachusetts. She's an R&B singer. I don't know exactly where. I have a boy that lives in Woburn that apparently knows her personally.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say she's from around that area, but I'm gonna say she's a Boston artist. And she over the weekend announced her signing a joint deal with Atlantic Records, and she is the first artist to be signed to Issa Rae's new label.
So she's signed. She's out here, and I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
What?
That's Boston for you, fam.
She's the only signed artist I know out here.
Sense.
Yeah, she's a
Makes
singer.
sense.
That's what I'm saying. But she's the only signed artist that is out here.
Yeah.
And I never heard of her.
I'm hip.
That's crazy.
I heard of her because I saw she opened up for her. I went to see her late 2018, I think, and Timar was one of the opening acts, and she was dope. When I saw her on stage, I was like, "Oh, this chick's dope," and she's like from out here. I fuck with her, so it's dope that from that point to now, she's now a signed artist, and the fact that she's from Boston, that's like even dope. And with Issa Rae too, I fuck with Issa Rae's vision and like how she wants to include just black art and everything that she's doing. So I think her partnering up with Issa Rae is really dope, and the fact that she is the first and only artist on her new label with Atlantic, that means a lot of attention and time is going to be going into her craft. So I'm really interested to see how her career develops into the future. So yeah, definitely shout out to you for that team.
I'm gonna check her out.
Yeah,
I have to now. The fact that she's
Yeah.
signed, like what?
Yeah,
That
she's
just got
dope.
me tight.
Yeah, she dope. And anyone listen to Gucci's album?
So of course, so I fuck with Gucci's album. I listened to it at least 6 times already. Compared to Woptober, the one he dropped last year, and this one is way better. I felt like the other one was really redundant, a lot of the same beat choice, and a lot of songs I skipped. This one I didn't really skip any songs, to be honest with you. My favorite song on the track was "Richer Than Everybody" featuring NBA Youngboy and DaBaby, and all the features on this snapped. Like Megan did her thing on Big Booty, like she came through and killed that shit. I really can't like criticize this album in any way. I wouldn't give it like a 10 out of 10, but I'd give this a solid 8. It's a good for Gucci Mane too. Like this is a good project.
All right, I'll peep it then.
Trap.
Facts.
Gucci's normally hit or misses on his albums. So
this is a
if
hit.
this one was a good one, then I'll go ahead and I'll listen to it. That being said, we on to reality checks.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Gang. So people, you know me, keep it short and sweet. Anyway, reality check is that I just want you guys, after talking about what we were talking about today, like with parents, college and everything, put yourself first. Whatever you believe is right, follow through with that, because only you know what's going on in your head. No one else can tell you how you feel. No one else can tell you how you believe. No one else can tell you what's right or wrong in your mind. So I'm just saying, put yourself first, because who else is going to do that? No one's going to do that for you. Put yourself first and see what happens. Reap the results.
Okay. All right. My reality check for this week is to always surround yourself with positivity. Like we were saying earlier, you know, when you see friends, family, whoever, coworkers, job, anything that always like tends to put you down, or you always constantly thinking about it, and it's always having you stressing, making you sad, upset, any of those things, just remove it from your life and always think positive. Always continue to think positive. Always be about positivity. And that's all I got for this week.
And then from
Clear that throat.
and then from my okay, let's try this one more time.
Clear that throat. With Ross.
And then for my reality check, I'm just gonna say that now you should be budgeting your money, you feel me?
Oh, yes.
Because I'm currently at a state where my job normally thrives during the summer, and this season is like our slow season. So when it gets around to this point of the year, I got to learn how to budget my finances better. And I'm going to just say that for a lot of people out there, especially people our age and our generation, it is very important to get your finances in order, because we had that college conversation earlier in this episode. You feel me? When you get out of college and it's time you step into the real world and these bills are like, hey, yo, what's up? You're going to wish you had something to fall back on. So if you don't have a savings account, I really suggest all of you open up a savings account and definitely get started on that now while you have the freedom of your money, because pretty soon that shit's going to be gone and you are not going to want to be a college graduate, fresh out and you got nothing to your name. You feel me? Because these companies, these debt collectors, they're not going to care that you don't got anything. You feel me? They're going to be wanting something right then and there. And the more you wait to not pay this shit off, don't forget this shit can fuck up your credit too, you feel me? And you do not want to start your life with a bad credit score, you feel me? So while you're young, take that time to build up your account and build up your credit score.
Don't get a credit card.
Yeah, don't get
I only suggest getting a credit card if you make a good enough amount of money where you can buy something on your credit card and pay that shit off right after, you feel me?
If you could do that, why would you need a credit card?
Build your credit.
Yeah.
You got that?
That's what I did. That's what I did in the beginning when I didn't have as many bills as I had now. I opened a credit card, even though when I was making way more money than I needed to, so I didn't need a credit card. I would have the money. If I was like buying something mad expensive, I would have the money for that, pay it off with my credit card, and then
bring that shit up.
And then time after time, I would pay that shit off because I had the money for it. I just slowly paid it off. They always said if you had maybe at least $90 in debt every month to whatever credit card, blah, 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 and then your credit card score would go up. So I would just pay mad shit, made sure I owed at least a max of 90 bills. My credit score went all the way up, you feel me? And that's the only time I'll tell you to get a credit card. If you don't got bread at all and you can't afford shit, do not get a credit card, because I'm telling you, when you swipe that shit, you go broke. You feel me? So only get credit cards if you can actually afford it. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. And hopefully y'all tune in next week, because, you know, we lit and we killing shit in Boston. You feel me? You already know what it is. So you've been listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's your girl Imani.
And we will catch y'all next week.
Love.
Deuce.
Boom.